Next, place the fourth one here. Everything fits perfectly. Do you like this puzzle? Can you fit all the numbers from 0 to 9 into a frame? This is a puzzle from the UK in 2013. It looks simple, but it's actually quite difficult. As you can see, you can easily put the first 6 or 7 numbers into the frame, but eventually 1 or 2 numbers will no longer fit. The reason is very simple. For example, 0 can be placed this way or in a different direction, it can be combined with 1, and it can also be combined with 7. You can continue to place other numbers around them, but there's a tricky part. Different numbers can be placed in the same position or in other places. It's hard to figure out where these numbers should be placed. The puzzle has only one correct solution. Find the exact placement and orientation of each number. We put 3 here. Now there are only 2 numbers left. We put 4 like this here. Now the space can perfectly accommodate 5. Everything fits perfectly. Did you like this puzzle? Can you construct a symmetrical figure using 3 pieces? This is a classic puzzle originating in 1980. As you can see, they don't puzzles like this are usually very difficult to solve. We don't know the correct orientation of the pieces. It could be placed this way or in a different direction. There are no hints as to how it should be placed. But let me tell you, there's an even trickier part. You not only need to find the correct position of each piece, but you also need to be aware of symmetry. Perhaps after trying for a while, you've found the correct answer many times, but you just can't see it. Like now, can you see it? Sometimes, simply looking at the problem from a different angle can reveal the answer. Rotate it. Draw a line down the middle. Did you like this puzzle? Can you build a heart out of these wooden blocks? This is a puzzle that has been passed down in China for thousands of years. It's called the Lubin lock. Legend has it that Lubin, to test his son's intelligence, designed a puzzle toy out of wooden blocks. His son spent an entire night trying to complete it, but failed. From then on, this toy became widely popular and evolved into an intellectual training tool. The Lubin lock's design is inspired by the mortise and tenon structure pioneered in ancient Chinese architecture. It consists of a set of wooden blocks that connect with each other through different shapes and grooves to form a stable object. Later generations developed various shapes of Lubin locks. It's designed as a complex and challenging puzzle, requiring players to think, observe, and reason to find the unlocking method. The shape and grooves of each wooden block are meticulously designed, making them seem difficult to disassemble or recombine. Did you like this puzzle? It's a puzzle known as an IQ detector. The challenge is to put all 6 identical blocks into the box. You'll find out when you try it. You can only place 5 wooden blocks. Because of the hindrance of other wooden blocks, there is not enough space for the 6th block. We can also try other combinations, but it still can't fit all the wooden blocks into the box. Because the solution to the puzzle is very ingenious, it cannot be placed in a simple way. You need to think outside the box. First of all, place 2 wooden blocks longitudinally on the left side. Then place 2 wooden blocks transversely on the right. At this point, you will find that you can't hold the remaining wooden blocks. That's where the puzzles are most ingenious. We can move the 2 blocks on the left side upwards. At last, move the brick from the left to the right now. The rest of the space can be easily put into the remaining building blocks. Are you satisfied with the solution? This is the famous Einstein lock puzzle. The challenge is to open the lock and get the key. Move this piece, and the lock can be opened a little. But then came the most complicated. To fully open the lock, it is also necessary to constantly adjust the position of each part. Finally, move the widget to the left. The lock can be fully opened. will get the key. Did you like this puzzle? Can you build a cube with these 7 pieces? This is an intellectual test originating from 1936. Once you start trying, it seems simple. But when you use 5 of the pieces, the other 2 cannot form a complete cube, no matter how you arrange them. You can try rearranging all the pieces in different ways, but as you can see, they have many arrangements, and you can place them in various shapes, but not a complete cube. In fact, the solution to the puzzle is not complicated, but it requires finding the correct solution among many incorrect arrangements. This is not easy. First, place this piece at the
Sekarang ada
bottom.
cara yang lebih gampang, yaitu pakai aplikasi Government.
Tinggal
The third
scan,
one goes
terus tunggu
here.
deh.
Then the fourth one here. When
Nah,
the fifth one
dapat
is placed
jawabannya
here,
kan?
the other 2 cannot form a cube.
Seriusan bisa.
Swap these 2 pieces. Finally, place the last one here, and you will form a complete cube. Do you like this puzzle? Do you want to know if your IQ is over 100? Try to solve this puzzle. The challenge is to remove the ring. When you move the ring downwards,
Di
it is
tantangan
blocked.
kali ini kalian
And if
semua
you
akan
try to
masak
move it upwards,
sarden.
the rope is short
Ya Wilson,
and prevents it
sardennya
from
mau
moving.
dimasak apa?
You
Dimasak
can also
sarden, Sir.
pass the ring through the cutout, but the ring gets
Okay.
tangled in the rope. It looks like there is no way out. The only way to remove the ring is to cut the rope. Is that true? What if I told you that removing the ring is just a few simple steps? Do you know what the solution is?
Ini
All you have to
sarden
do
with
is
instant
move the
noodles,
ring
Sir.
towards the
Loh,
top
tadi katanya
until
masak
it
sarden
reaches
aja.
the other side.
Nah, suka-suka
Then
saya,
place
Chef,
the ring
saya
on the
masak.
rope. Next, place the ball inside the
Ini
ring.
enak banget sih.
Then place
Enak
the ring
banget.
back on the
Masak
nose
sih, Chef.
part.
Coba.
Finally, pass the part with the number 100 through the cutout.
Beneran
Move the
enak,
ring
Chef.
from the right side,
Daging
and it will be
ikannya
on the
terasa
side of
banget.
the nose part.
Sarden Asahi ini emang
Now
terbaik,
just
Chef.
put the ring into the cutout, and it can be removed from the other side. Do you like this puzzle? Can you remove the pyramid from the cage? This is an old puzzle from the 17th century.
Bukain dong.
When you try to pick up the pyramid, you realize that it is much bigger than the exit. It is difficult to get it out. You can try to rotate the tower, but it still won't work. As you can see, the cage is closed on all sides. The top is the only exit. There is no other way out. After a while of trying, you might think it is impossible. But I want to tell you that the solution is actually very simple and does not require destroying the cage. It all depends on the angle from which you look at the pyramid. If we look at it like this, you see a triangle. We can try to flip the pyramid, and now you will see a square. And the diagonal of the square is the longest. When you realize this, everything will become simple. We just need to adjust the pyramid, align the sides of the pyramid with the diagonal of the square, and then pick up the pyramid, and it will be easily removed. Do you like this puzzle? Can you build the shape on the card with the blocks?
Oh, jadi
This is a
selama
puzzle
ini
that
aku
originated in the
kekasih
19th century.
gelapmu.
It looks simple,
Enggak gitu, enggak
but when you try to build the black part, you find that the rest of the card is white. But we still have 2 black blocks. No matter where we put them, they don't match the card. So what is the solution? Each color of blocks is made up of 4 large blocks and 4 small blocks.
Nah,
You need to use your imagination. We can put the 2 large black blocks here, and then use 2 small white blocks to put on top of them. You can see that the black will be hidden. We put the 2 large white blocks in the corner. But the problem is that there are still 4 black blocks. How should you
ngapain
use
balik?
them? We can use the same method
Ambil minum.
and put the 4 black
minta
blocks
airnya
at the
dikit
bottom.
dong.
Then
boleh.
put the 2 large white blocks here. Finally, put the small white blocks
Ya tapi
here,
jangan kena mulut.
and all the black will be hidden. Do you like this puzzle? Can you fit 4 hammers into the frame? This is a puzzle published in 1960. As you
Sayang,
can
aku
see,
keluar dulu
it's
ya.
already difficult to fit 3 hammers. How could you
Mau makan apa hari
possibly
ini?
fit 4?
Terserah.
You can try rearranging them. After some time of trying, you might find a few ways to fit 3 hammers. But most of the time,
Makan geprek
there's
kan
not
mau
enough
ya?
space for the last one.
Mau, tapi geprekan
The
yang
reason is
beda
simple.
ya.
When you place it at
Geprek
the
yang
edge of the
beda
frame,
apa ya?
you'll see that a lot of space is
buat
wasted on
sambelnya dulu
both
aja.
sides. You must find a way to use the space more reasonably. So what's the solution? The puzzle has a very satisfying solution that forces us to think outside the box. If placing it close to the edge wastes a lot of space, all you have to do is place it at the corner at an angle. Then place the other hammer here. Now there's still a lot of space left in the
Rasanya jadi
frame.
unik ya.
See if you can fit the
Serunya juga
third one.
beda.
Next,
Cocok kan kalau
place the
digeprek?
fourth hammer here. Everything fits
Yuk,
perfectly.
rasain bedanya.
Do you like this
Bedain
puzzle?
rasanya.
Do you know how to remove the rope? This is a topological puzzle
Skincare barang
that has been
istri,
around for
cek.
hundreds of years.
Ekspektasi.
It has a very satisfying solution. At first glance, the only
Realita.
solution seems to be moving the rope along the loop.
Ekspektasi.
But the problem is that when you reach the end, you'll find you can't do it because the exit is blocked by a ring. You might try flipping the rope and putting it into the ring, but then you'll find it's blocked by 2 balls. Moreover, the exit ring cannot be removed. The rope is trapped in the ring, and it seems there's no way out. But I want to tell you that the solution is extremely simple, without cutting the rope or breaking anything. Do you know what the solution is? All you need to do is move the rope to the ring.
Sayang, aku
At
jalan
this
dulu ya.
point, you need to think outside the box.
Terus
Don't
di
just
rumah
move forward.
ngapain?
Put the rope
Ya
into the
makan
ring
Gensler
and then
crispy
stretch the
chicken
rope.
nugget lah. Tinggal
Next,
panasin
flip the rope
minyak,
around and use its
kemudian
gap
tinggal
to go around
goreng.
the ring.
Kalau udah, tinggal
And the rope is
digeprek.
removed intact. Do you like this puzzle? Do you know how to remove
Dagingnya
rings
ekstra
from bolts?
crispy, ekstra
This is a
meaty,
famous puzzle
premium
called the
quality.
nut that cannot be removed. As you can see, the only way to remove the ring is to
Sayang,
remove the nut
berarti sudah boleh
first.
jalan kan?
But if you try it, you will find that the nut can't be turned up. The nut can only be turned down, which is obviously not the solution. So what's the solution? If you look closely enough, you will realize that the top of the bolt can be turned. All you have to do is turn the bolt
Pasti dia
clockwise
kepanasan.
and then press down firmly on the top of the bolt, at which point the nut can turn up. If we let go of the hand, the nut can't continue to turn. Do you know why? You need to repeat the same thing until the nut can
Nah,
be
nggak
removed.
kepanasan kan?
This way, you can remove the ring. Finally, we can see the bolt secret, which is divided into 2 parts. A gap is
Sayang,
formed
nanti tolong
between the
balikin
2
gorengannya
parts,
ya.
making it impossible for the nut to turn. Did you
Udah
like
dibalik
this puzzle?
belum?
Sudah dong.
Do you know how to remove this ring? Those
Ya
with good observation skills. It seems the only way now is to remove the chain
Nyari
first.
lauk.
Although the hole in the knife can accommodate the ring, the beads cannot pass through. The chain also cannot be removed. It seems impossible to remove the ring. However, those with sharp observation skills can quickly spot
Sayang
the
mau.
secret and come up with a clever solution. First, pick up the ring and pass it through the hole. Then, move the ring to the right. The ring can come to the side of the knife. Finally, pass the ring through the hole again. The ring is then removed. Do you know how to put 4 saws into the
Mas.
frame?
Iya mas.
Although
Nyuci
the
motor,
puzzle
Mas.
has only
Iya
4
nih, Mas.
parts,
Mumpung
it is up to
terang.
8 levels of
Katanya kalau
difficulty.
nyuci motor bisa menyebabkan
Usually when
hujan loh
solving
mas.
such puzzles,
Alah,
try to
mitos
use
aja
parts
itu,
to fit the
Mas.
edges of the frame to
Yaudah
save
gitu.
more
Mari mas.
space.
Iya mas.
While it looks like this placement is perfect, there are 2 saws that can't fit into the frame.
Akhirnya selesai juga.
We can also experiment with different ways of placement, but waited for the same result.
Hujan.
There is still not enough space for all the parts. Or you can try combining the parts first. Although it seems that such a group is perfect and has plenty of
Duluan
space.
mana ya? Ayam
But
apa
it still
telur?
only
Ya
holds
duluan
3
ayam
saws.
lah.
Ya duluan telur
The
lah.
key to
Duluan
solving the
ayam.
puzzle is
Gimana
our
ada telur
ability
kalau
to
nggak ada
think
ayam?
outside the
Kalau nggak ada
box.
telur, mana
Take
bisa
a
jadi
smarter
ayam?
approach.
Ya udah deh kita
We can place
buktikan.
the big saw
Oke,
like
kita
this,
buktikan.
although it looks like some space will be wasted. Then put another
Tuh
saw
udah
on the
dibilang
other
duluan
side.
ayam. Ayo
The
ayo
rest of the
ayo
space
ayo.
is just right to fit the shape of the small saw. This way, the puzzle is perfectly
Sudah
solved.
dibilang duluan telur daripada ayam.
Put a triangle.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Mizu pengen kado apa? Kamu tanya aku pengen kado apa? Join live aku ya biar kamu tahu aku pengen kado apa.